When I first moved into my new apartment, I thought I had finally found peace. It was small, quiet, and too cheap, honestly. But after a rough breakup and a string of bad luck, I didn't question it. For the first week, nothing was out of the ordinary. I worked, I unpacked, I slept. But on the 7th night, right as I was drifting off, I heard footsteps. They were faint at first. Slow, careful, deliberate steps above my bedroom ceiling. I thought nothing of it, neighbors, right? But when I mentioned it to my landlord the next morning, he gave me a strange look. "There's no one above you," he said flatly. "That unit's been vacant for years." I laughed awkwardly, assuming he meant it was just currently empty. But when I pressed him, he doubled down. The apartment above mine wasn't just empty, it was sealed off. No tenants, no visitors, no one. That night I laid in bed, straining to hear. Right on cue, the footsteps returned, slow, heavy, almost like someone was pacing. I convinced myself it was pipes or maybe the building settling. But then, the next night it happened again, this time louder. Like boots dragging across the floor directly above my head. I was about to grab a broom and bang on the ceiling when something stopped me. I realized the sound wasn't random, it was pacing. Forward, back, over and over. The next morning I ran into the landlord in the hallway. I asked again, and this time I swear his face went pale. "I told you," he snapped. "Nobody lives there. Stop imagining things." That night I didn't sleep. The footsteps started around midnight and didn't stop until dawn. By the 4th night, I couldn't take it anymore. I stood in the hallway staring at the locked door to the upstairs unit. The door was thick, with multiple rusted chains across it. But I swore I could hear breathing on the other side. The final straw came a week later. I was eating dinner when my phone buzzed. I checked the screen and froze. It was a message from an anonymous account. The words were simple. "Stop looking up." My hands went cold. I dropped my fork and stared at the ceiling. And for the first time, the footsteps stopped. After that anonymous message, I tried to convince myself it was a prank, maybe some neighbor messing with me, maybe the landlord himself, but deep down I knew better. The footsteps returned the very next night, louder, closer, almost as if whoever or whatever was upstairs knew I was listening. I couldn't take it anymore. Around 2, I grabbed my flashlight and headed into the stairwell. The upstairs hallway was dark and freezing, like the air itself didn't belong to the rest of the building. The door to the vacant unit was still locked with heavy chains. But as I stood there, I heard footsteps right behind the door. I whispered, "Hello?" My voice shook. The pacing stopped. Dead silence. Then, after what felt like forever, something shuffled toward the door. A single knock echoed through the wood, then another, then another. I bolted back to my apartment and locked every door and window. The next day, I confronted the landlord again. This time he wouldn't even make eye contact. Finally he muttered, "That apartment, it was sealed for a reason. Someone lived there once, but they never left." I asked what he meant, but he just walked away. That night I was determined to record the sound as proof. I left my phone recording in my bedroom and tried to sleep. The footsteps came like clockwork, but when I checked the recording in the morning, my stomach dropped. The audio started normal, footsteps above, pacing. But then, about an hour in, there was something else. A voice, low, raspy, whispering just one phrase over and over. I'm still here. Terrified, I decided I couldn't stay in that apartment another night. I started packing immediately. But as I shoved clothes into my bag, my phone buzzed again. Same anonymous account, same chilling simplicity. The message read, "Leaving won't help." I'm already downstairs,